It's August 20th, 2024, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel, and see how I move to my left? Very mindful, very demure. Huh? If I had a camera person, I wouldn't have to move at all, but I don't, so I do. Kamala Harris announced that in order to help struggling families, she is proposing a $6,000 per child tax credit. Kamala said she came up with the idea after consulting her top policy advisor, J.D. Vance. Kamala Harris also announced a new plan where she will build an additional 3 million houses so that families can achieve the American dream of renting them from BlackRock. Environmental scientists are warning of what they're calling a giant mercury bomb in the Arctic. Presidential candidate Donald Trump immediately called for a wall to be built between the U.S. and the planet Mercury. Meanwhile, lame duck President Biden said he went to high school with the Roman god Mercury. On their way to the Democratic National Convention, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz stopped at a gas station in Pennsylvania, where Kamala found her favorite thing at a gas station, a bag of Doritos, and Walz found his favorite thing at a gas station, a glory hole. NASA is deciding whether to keep 2 astronauts at the International Space Station until next year. They don't know if they can trust the Boeing space capsule they took for the trip up. However, the astronauts say a few extra months in space still beats a layover at Orlando International Airport. Research out of the University of Toronto, go True Blue, finds that people who scroll through online videos have an increased chance of boredom. Except for Sketchworks NewsBrake is what they added. Scrolling online videos and finding NewsBrake means you will decrease your chance of boredom. So, yeah, like and subscribe. Sketchworks NewsBrake correspondent Burton Cowden has fully recovered from COVID and is in a wonderful mood while rediscovering the joys of everyday life. He filed this report.
Brian, I've been meandering all day, and now I'm in this random alley, and gosh, my childhood took a big hit today. I mean, Phil Donahue died, and now Topanga has breast cancer. Just makes me want to stare out into space and sing my graduation song. As we go on, we'll remember. God, I'm old.
Thank you, Burton. Wait till you get to be my age, or Harrison Ford's age. Speaking of Harrison Ford, the floppy fedora Harrison Ford wore in the 1984 movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom sold at auction for $630,000. Wow! Conversely, Harrison Ford's personal copy of the Star Wars Holiday Special script received 0 bids at auction and was promptly incinerated, as it should have been back in 1978. A food bank in New Zealand unknowingly distributed candies filled with a potentially lethal dose of methamphetamine. The food bank's spokesperson says recipients were actually pleased because they prefer the killer meth candy than the circus peanuts candy the food bank normally hands out. I used to love circus peanuts when I was a kid, and black jelly beans, and Necco wafers. That probably explains some things about me. Hey, we passed 1,700 subscribers last week. Now we have to get to 1,800 subscribers because that's what social media makes you do. So please like this video, even if you don't really like it, and please subscribe if you haven't already. We are about to start an Intro to Sketch Comedy writing class, which is completely online, so you can participate no matter where in the world you are. The class runs for 6 weeks and is taught by our head writer John D. Babcock III. $1 reserves your spot. Click on the link below and learn how to get your funny ideas out into the world. We also have a new live show coming in September, The Sketch World, where we drag the 90s kicking and screaming here into the future and relentlessly make fun of it. The show opens September 6th, and tickets are on sale now, also at a link below. And that's a wrap. I'm rapping on this week's gratuitous plug. Let's check in on some criminals. Former U.S. Representative George Santos pleaded guilty to the wire fraud and identity theft that propelled him into an 11-month stint in Congress. Santos acknowledged his lies and said he plans to start life anew in Australia as the newest member of its Olympic breakdancing team. Harvey Weinstein will remain in a New York prison while he waits for his sexual assault retrial in November. Hoping to give Weinstein a taste of his own medicine, it was decided there was a better chance of him being raped in a New York prison than a California one, as confirmed by the readers of Men's Health magazine. Newly surfaced video out of Afghanistan showed the Taliban holding a parade to show off their new military equipment. They are calling it the Thanksgiving Day Parade, to give thanks to Biden, Kamala Harris, and the entire administration for leaving it there. Findings from a sleep study out of Cornell University report that brain cells reset during a good night's sleep in order to prepare for tomorrow's memories, which also happens to be the title of Brian Panowich's new book, narrated by me. When Phyllis Mitchelson awakes from an unsanctioned, chemically induced coma experiment in the year 2079, she does so with enhanced brain powers. Brain powers that give her the unholy ability to see tomorrow's memories. Get on that, Panowich. It sounds like a good idea. The founder of Spanx unveiled a new line of sneakers that have high heels. The shoes are perfect for a night out in New York that starts at a swanky club and ends with running away from a homeless guy trying to poop on you. Watch, look at this. Deft movement. That's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxel. Say hi to your mom for me. She also likes moving back and forth. Oh, too far, too far, too far!
And I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gauging on food.